Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Thank you very much, Lydia Copeland, and I'm Dennis Laird.
And I am Big Ben.
And Lydia Copeland's your daughter?
Yeah, she is.
So you're Pigpen Copeland?
I guess so. I don't have a last name. I'm like, Prince or Madonna.
That's not what I've heard.
Or McLovin. I just got the one name.
Yeah, well, all those posts you're putting on Facebook under the name of Sean Copeland then must be deceiving.
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know, but he puts on that familyfest.com, so you might want to tie yourself to the guy. That's a whole nother story, though. Hey, another edition of Riverbend Talent, and last week not on the air because of the line-eye, but we did a little video with our guest Steve Scorfina, so we could still, promote the scene. It's the second time we did that, and the reason I bring that up is because tonight's guest was the first time we tried that. Josh Grassle, who we're going to talk to tonight about Jacoby's, and man, he has overhauled the place a little bit.
He's done it
it's
up,
exciting,
man.
yeah. I was able to catch a show down there. Super fun, rocket ship. We were able to get the video for that, and I'm looking forward to putting that up as well.
Do they live up to their name?
Oh, you know it, man. You know
I mean, that's a great name.
I'm hoping you still have that phone number, and we can get them on because they're
super fun, rocket ship.
Yeah, extremely entertaining. But for all the people that did check out the web episode last week, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Had one of our videos kind of go viral there.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
So for you radio listeners who are going, what I miss out on? Well, if you're not tied to the Big Z Facebook page or Facebook, or just go to cottonmouth.org. It's all right there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
There's a place for the Riverbend Talent videos that we started doing back in January now.
Yeah. As
we go into our third year.
Wow, that's crazy to think about. Third year doing this, huh?
It's probably some Illuminati thing, but anyway.
3 is a magic number.
Right. So, so that's what we're getting at. Check it out all there now. And also the podcast we'll do tonight. The audio podcast will be up tonight at altondailynews.com. So I think we covered everything except our sponsors.
Oh, yep.
Right? And who are our sponsors? We got
Halpin?
so many. No,
Halpin Music Company.
The same old guys, right?
The same sponsor we've had since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Van Voorhis at Macias Insurance Agency. So
right, and I got some information here. It's that time once again to sign up for Kids Rock. Right? Ages 4 to 7. It's an 8-week program, $129. And you go, wow, that's but 8 weeks of lessons for your kids. It comes down to $16 a lesson.
And what's the age on that again?
It's 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
And what they do is they teach your kid from scratch to play not one, but several instruments, because they put together a band with the kids.
Yeah, that's
And then
cool.
the kids get to put on a show at the end.
Nah, that is super cool.
And you can check it all out, the Halpin Music Facebook page. Right. And you'll find links to that in our little ads we put up on the Big Z Facebook page. And or you can just call them old-fashioned. People driving, listen to the radio are like, what happened to good old days? Just call them up right now. Right? 462-0661. Set everything up there.
Pick up the old landline and do it.
This is March, right?
Yeah, so which also means hail season, so call Matt Van Voorhis for some insurance.
You're right. And with the wind today, Matt Van Voorhis was probably getting some calls.
I just about had to call him myself. I had a big old limb fly out, but missed the house. So
that's also what Halpin calls Marshall March. Madness. Bunch of brand new Marshall amplifiers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, kudos to Halpin, man.
Yeah.
Got the new place and doing all the cool stuff.
Yeah. That is sweet, man. And who can't use a good Marshall? I mean, the crunch that the JCM, I don't know.
Well, Happy Trails Music Festival. They got a good Marshall in Grassle, right? We got some amazing people, though. We got some amazing people in the scene, and that's what we do here on the radio, is talk about our amazing music scene. There was a meeting about the amphitheater. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
That's the next viral thing. You can find all about it at altondailynews.com. But some of our people sounded off a little bit, because they're doing the budget.
Right.
And the people that know in this town know, like Miss Sarah McGibney.
Yeah.
Right. Justin Level.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And you got to find that thread on the Big Z Facebook page and see some of those comments, because that's the truth, folks, what they're speaking.
Yeah.
Christine Favilia, talking about what happened to Earth Tones on there.
Right.
So you can get the whole story. Of course, we talked to the mayor a while back, that podcast online. And, I don't know the numbers specifically off the top of my head, but hundreds of thousands of dollars in that budget last year, and we got one national act.
Are you kidding me?
And then the whole vending thing that's going on down there, and no green rooms, and
I mean, I get that it's hard because of the poor pre-thought on building that. It's hard to do a show. There's no toilets. There's no backstage.
Right.
There's a lot of the things that shouldn't have been done. But with the hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can fix that place and still bring in great shows.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, fix it for real. So the next year you don't have to fix it no more. Now you can just bring in great shows.
Now I got you all fired up. I didn't mean to, because we like to stay positive on this show. But that's our one. That's our one.
That's a crux, man.
Right,
because that place should look. Anyone who's ever been to the Chesterfield Amphitheater. It's the same thing as what we have here, but they bring in great shows, show after show, all summer long. I drive over to the Chesterfield Amphitheater to see shows. How many shows do I go see here? Not a whole lot, because they're not doing anything.
And I don't know if it's true or not, but one of the folks that spoke out on Facebook on this particular thread I was checking out pointed out that Chesterfield did it because Alton wasn't on top of things.
Right.
So
they stole the ball from us. Since we weren't doing it and we had the place, they said, well, we'll just make a place and do it, since you're not.
All right, now we're starting to sound way too negative. Let's get back to the awesome stuff.
Hold on, I got to step down off my soapbox.
There you go. That's the most soap you've had on your feet in a long time.
Long time, man. They smell good, almost.
Yeah, but we kind of got off on a rant there before I had a chance to thank Steve Scorfina, Ario's original guitar player, for coming on, got us all those views. We were able to promote the scene, and sometimes people wonder why we'll have someone like that on as opposed to something that's going on in Alton on the weekend. And there's a perfect reason, because without him, man, how many people found out about gigs they would have never found out about just because he was our guest.
And not only that, but let's face it, okay, so if we cover the Riverbend and we say that's Grafton to Belleville, he's from Ferguson. That is closer than Belleville, as the way the crow flies. So, I mean, it's hard to say just because they're on that side of the river that they're not part of the river bend. We just tend to concentrate on this side because we feel it's ignored.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, we talked about it way back when we started. Hey, let's get some big names in here to help us, and then and the ones that step up to the plate, like Steve, and he was more than happy to allow us to, right in the middle of his interview, just start talking about our music scene. And what'd he say? And it was legitimate when we got done. He's like, this is really cool what you're doing for live performances. So to hear from a guy like that that's been around for 50 years, it makes you feel like you're doing something right.
Yeah, and like he said, even at his stage, he still needs help promoting gigs. At every stage, unless you're just selling out arena after arena, you need help promoting your gigs.
That's true.
It's good to see he still appreciates it, and just sweetheart of a guy, nice guy. And anybody who enjoyed watching that, just wait. Coming up, we've got the full-on hour interview with him. That'll be posted a few weeks down the line.
And it's in depth. It was like 52 minutes, I think. And we're thinking, just let it go. Because there is so much stuff in there.
And we didn't even cover everything.
I know.
There was so much stuff left uncovered with him that it's like, we're going to have him come back and do it again.
Yeah. His career has just been amazing. I mean, Elvis, Chuck Berry, Johnny Johnson, Michael McDonald.
At age 11.
Yeah, it was just
Michael
like
McDonald.
getting started there.
Yeah, that was before junior
before
high.
REO, before Bad
right.
Life. Wow.
So there you go. So hey, let's talk about what's happening around the scene right now.
You know, people are down at the Morrisons Irish Pub doing the sea shanties right now, and they're down at the open mic at Germania Brew House. So that's going on every Thursday night.
Also every Thursday, it seems like the DJ D Nice is now in Bossanova. That seems like a standard thing going on.
Mm-hmm. You got to name the next one so you can mess with her name.
Sarah Schumaki.
That's right.
Sarah Springman Shoemake is going to be at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey, and just talking to her today. It looks like her and the Dead Roses might be coming out to Effingham this summer.
Oh, that's cool.
Do a little set. So,
that's cool. So down at the Imperial Pub, look at these songwriters: Michael 20, Miles Cameron, Bud Summers, and Justin Brooks doing their little songwriter thing. And Jacoby's going to have one of those coming up. We'll talk to Matt Tall about that next week.
Yeah.
The Mondin Band on the road again. This time only to Pontoon Beach. They can handle that. They get down there to Deutz every now and again, right?
Quick turn and burn down to Pontoon and back.
So yeah, down at Deutz Village Inn, the Mondin Band tonight, and the Graham Band at the Abbey Espresso Bar in Belleville. I want to check that place out. I was like, why does it have to be tonight? You know how many good gigs we miss just because we're on the radio?
Yeah, I know. All the ones we talk about.
We make up for it on Friday and Saturday night.
So
right?
Graham's going to be all jacked on espresso tonight.
Yeah. He's going to be doing some probably Metallica acoustic or something, right?
Either
by
that,
accident.
Either that, or he'll still be doing Van Morrison, just double timing it. Really fast versions of songs.
Right. Yeah, let's get into Friday night. What do you think?
Friday
Unless you got
night.
something else for Thursday I didn't know about.
You know what? I got a big bunch of nothing other than that on Thursday. That covers the Thursday. So moving on to Friday, March 15th at the Jacoby Art Center. When We First Met, an improv performed by the Paper Slip Theater. So those people put on quite a few performances down at the Jacoby Art Center down there.
Yeah, they've been with Jacoby's for a long time, and good to see Josh is keeping them coming down there.
We'll hear more about that in the interview coming up with Josh.
Cool. The legendary Baywolfe.
Man, there
still
you
at
go.
it after all these years, and at Bottoms Up Sports Bar.
Now you know what though? That's a band they're on my list of people to reach out to, and I gotta do it, man. Then why have we not had those guys on?
I know.
They're all those brothers, just great guys. Lived the life, man.
Of course, played with Gretchen Wilson and a lot of different names. Those guys
She was
played
their
with.
backup singer.
Yeah, I know. So down at Bossanova on Friday night, Mr. Mark Haggart's band Rivertown performing.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then the Waters Trifecta at the franchise.
There you go. Some other people been on my list of people to get a hold of.
Mark
man.
Waters.
The number 4 combo band.
Oh, okay. Number 4. Yeah. and Waters Trifecta.
And the Waters Trifecta.
We had Lauren Waters on.
Yeah, we had Lauren on.
So we had a third of the Trifecta on. And I think she kind of liked that she got to be on first.
I think she did too. As the youngster in the group, and then the one that was taught by the others, she finally got to slide in something first. There, I guess so.
Let's slide into the little Mila Duffey down at Morrison's Irish Pub Friday night. That's going on.
That is going on.
I was just, I don't know what your face you were making there, but I was just saying, transition. I mean, did I say something weird? I didn't mean to.
No, I just think things weird. All right. We got the Graham Band down in Chez, Marilyn, in Alton on Friday night, March 15th. And at the Pump House in Wood River at 9 p.m., the Blackwater Revival is going to take the stage.
What happens every Friday night at the High Flyer Grill?
Dustin Coleman performs every Friday night at the High Flyer Grill.
Steady gig in Bethalto?
I like to call it the Fly Hire.
I like to call it the place at the airport.
Right. That's easier to remember.
And you know how many airports there are in our area? I mean, immediate area.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's one out on Airport Road. It's not used anymore.
That's true. Forgot about that one.
That was not used much. Hey,
I'm not talking about the farm fields you use, Big Ben.
Look,
flying in from Columbia.
Listen,
and stuff, whatever you did back in the day.
I can land a plane. I need less than 300 yards to land a plane.
I've heard.
So anyway, the double wide duo is going to be playing at 8 p.m. at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon.
That's Friday night we're still talking about. And then Harvard Drive at the Back Bar in Edwardsville.
Here you go. I love this one.
I know you did.
White Trash Millionaires going to be at Eddie's in Granite City.
Nice.
And now the first post I saw on this, it didn't have the Millionaires. Somebody had shortened it to White Trash, and I was excited because that was a band, a punk rock band back in the day. I'm like, White Trash is back together.
That's a great name, though. White Trash Millionaires at Eddie's in Granite City, who are putting on a bunch of great shows lately. DJ Matt at the Imperial Pub in Granite City. How about the Yes tribute band happening at the Wildey this weekend? Yessongs. Oh, by the way, the show last week, the Deep Purple show, sold out.
Nice.
Sold out.
Nice.
And that's why Mr. Steve Scorfina was in to talk about that, because he got together with Terry Luttrell, the original singer from REO, and they did a couple songs, because Terry sings for the tribute band.
And so him and Terry getting together right there in Edwardsville, Wildey Theater, 50-year reunion for two original members of REO right there.
That's pretty cool.
That is. So, and the guys doing Yes up there on Friday, they better know how to play.
That ties into Pavlov's Dog again. Once again, Steve Scorfini. He's like the Kevin Bacon of the Riverbend, I think now, right?
Right.
Because Bill Buford from Yes jammed with Pavlov's Dog.
Right. I mean, it's 2 steps away right there.
That wasn't a real good thing, but we'll find about that in the longer run.
We got the Millennium at Deutz Village Inn on Friday. I imagine they're going to be there on Saturday, too. They usually do double duty on there.
Yeah,
Deutz.
I'm not sure about this weekend because a lot of people are doing the St. Patty's Day thing. So from what I remember, there may be a different band down there, but we'll get to that once we get to Saturday.
It's in Fragment is going to be at Deutz on Saturday, so I had it wrong. So I
was going by memory, so I'm glad you checked that out real quick.
But on Friday night, Millennium at Deutz Village Inn.
And the Mondin Band acoustic is going to be at Crehan's Irish Pub. Everybody's hitting the Irish pubs this weekend, you know, for St. Patty's Day. And that's in Belleville. And so the Mondin Band really hitting the road all the way down to Belleville.
That's a long trip there.
For those guys, yeah. I mean, come on.
when they play, they're used to playing a block away down
here. I think they live just above Tin Pan, don't they?
I see John sleeping under the bar sometimes down there.
Or was that the pool table? I don't know.
Yeah. Last but not least, Friday night, Friday the 15th, Flipside will be at DJ's Pub in Jerseyville.
There you go. All right.
That takes care of our Thursday and Friday.
Should we head on to Mr. Josh Grassle now and then come back and do Saturday and Sunday, although Sunday's a big day this weekend because of St. Patrick's Day. A lot of people wait until Sunday to do their St. Patty's celebrations, but some going on Saturday as well, including the St. Past Festival in downtown Alton, which is like a pub crawl from 11 to 7. Most of the bands, though, playing later that night, after 7, I guess. So they're going to have some great crowds. I mean, after a pub crawl.
I was going to say, after a pub crawl, at least there'll be some people down there
Watch your equipment this weekend, guys.
Going to be a few beers kicked over.
Right. And the artist spotlight at Jacoby's, and I think Josh Grassle may talk about that in the interview, but that's going on Saturday. A metal showcase down at Imperial Pub Saturday. So that also World Powerhouse Wrestling going to.
Right.
I mean, if you can't find nothing to do this weekend, I mean, come on, folks.
You think they're going to have somebody wrestle a leprechaun up there for St. Patrick's Day? I don't know. I'm just saying that'd be pretty cool.
And didn't you say something about the Dead Roses? They're playing at the Regal Beagle on Sunday.
Right.
So, and we'll get to all those in a little bit here, though.
Yeah, we'll finish up the Saturday and Sunday for the weekend. So
we get to Josh Grassle, our guest tonight, and we taped this a few weeks back, like we mentioned. Josh was real cool. He came in and ran into the situation where, we had an Illini game, so we couldn't have a show that particular Thursday.
Right.
And so he sat around and did the same thing with us, talked about the local scene, and we put that video up. So if you want to check out the videos, they're at cottonmouth.org, or you can search YouTube, cottonmouth.org. That just makes it easy for us, all in one place. And we'll be back with Josh Grassle here on Riverbend Talent, brought to you by Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And another segment of Riverbend Talent brought to you by Halpin Music Company, Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And I'm excited, Pigpen. We got a punk rocker going to be booking shows now down at Jacoby's Art Center, right?
Oh man, things are going to get out of control.
I should say an old punk rocker because once we age a little bit, it's more than punk rock. We get that, So, but Josh Grassle with us. So awesome.
How you doing, Josh?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you down to the show again, and real happy to hear that you are now booking the art and the entertainment down at Jacoby's Art Center.
All the performing arts.
The performing arts at Jacoby's Art Center. So when did that start?
Well, I've been working with Jacoby for almost 6 months now, and then leading into the new year, that's when I decided to move into that position. So
nice.
Yeah, we had a lot of things we wanted to accomplish, and that's part of what my background is. So
right. Well, and I had seen you had been doing the movies down there, and but I hadn't heard that you were booking all of the bands. Now, do you also book the art exhibits down there?
I work with them on that, but I'm not the one that books that in. No.
Right. So now Jacoby's, tell us a little bit about that. They've been 10 years. This is the anniversary this year?
This would be the 10-year anniversary of us being Jacoby Art Center. We were an art association before that, but this is the 10-year anniversary of when we inherited the Jacoby building. So,
right.
The old Jacoby furniture building.
And that was granted to the Art Center, and therefore they changed their name in honor of it. And that was, about 3 years prior that the Art Center opened up?
Yeah.
So it's about 13 years running now.
In that location, yeah.
And so where was it before that?
It was an independent, so they kind of met at houses and wherever they could meet. Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't even realize.
It always starts with the house parties, Pigpen.
Yeah, right.
That's how we do it in this town.
Now it's back to that.
Right.
If we can't find a venue, we make a venue, right?
Yeah.
And then
bigger living room.
You look around and you go, hey, who do we know that's got the biggest basement?
Yeah. Jacoby Art Center.
Yeah, right.
Jacoby Art Center. That's right.
That's exciting, man.
So you took over the new role in January, and what was your first act in this role? What's the first thing you wanted to really see done?
Well, it's really a variety of things. The main thing was to try and bring a really solid venue to Alton. Mm-hmm. Somewhere we can have really great performances, something you can do on the weekend without having to go to St. Louis in order to see a great show, great sound, just quality performances. That was a big part of it, whether it's comedy or music or theater or film. We just needed a great venue for that. And when I started working there, I just kept seeing all the possibilities, and now we have it.
Yeah. Now they've been doing some stuff down there over the last 10 years, but you're talking about doing more stuff than that even, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 galleries, and one of the gallery spaces was dedicated mainly for local art and performance. And the main gallery in there, which is now the OSF St. Anthony's Healthcare Center gallery, they sponsored the gallery for us the next year. The other gallery, which is the Bond Gallery, also sponsored. It was a local gallery, and we still intend on having a lot of local performances and stuff like that. But we're also going to bring in some area and regional acts to perform. So
nice. And a lot of people know of Jacoby's as having the art exhibits. That's sort of the main thing they're known for. But I've seen some fabulous music down there.
Yeah.
Through the years. You've been doing the movie reviews. Or not movie reviews, movie previews.
Yeah,
down there. Do you review them also?
We do actually.
Do you yelp about them, or what do you do?
Not yet. I'm working with Michael Wolf from Alton, and he had a dream and a desire to begin to put together a film festival.
Nice.
And so we wanted to work with film as well, so we just started working together, and we've been doing some just preliminary previews. Bringing people in and getting feedback on what they would be looking for and what they would want in a small, intimate film setting. And so we're also working a little bit with John Simmons that's working on the Grand. And we have hopes and dreams to work together in the future and put on bigger film festivals in Alton. So
nice.
This is kind of a starting point.
And who is the gentleman, Mike Weber?
Michael Wolf.
Michael Wolf, okay.
Yeah.
Now, this film festival, I don't know how much you know about it. Is it a local idea, a local film festival, or what kind of?
It'll be kind of the St. Louis and Riverbend area film festival. Yeah, it'll be an independent film festival. So we're hoping to roll that out probably by late summer, probably early fall.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people. We all wanted to make movies and stuff, make music, make movies, things like that when we were kids. With the modern day technology, kids are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Who wants to do it? You got a phone? Let's make a movie.
Well, I mean,
It's really neat to see somebody say, hey, you know, let's do a local. You know, because I know they do some over in St. Louis, but there's a lot. You know, it's a lot harder for someone from this side of the river maybe to get into that if you're not connected in that group over there. But it's super exciting to hear that that's planned for Alton.
Yeah, the St. Louis Film Association. I mean, they're a great group as well. So they're great to work with. I know that Drew Mater.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, has worked with them to bring in a couple independent films to
Nice.
Post Commons and down to the Old Bakery Brewery too. So we're hoping to all work together on all these things.
There was the skateboard movie. That
Minding the Gap.
That's great. You should check that out, Pigpen. Minding the Gap, really cool.
Yeah, he's gotten some great reviews. They just had another showing of it again in California, and Tony Hawk came, and a couple other pro skaters came to it. And
Cool.
Yeah.
So he's won a lot of film festival awards for it.
It's been up on Hulu and Netflix and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bing Liu is the producer on that, the writer and producer on that.
And where's he out of?
By Chicago.
By Chicago. Nice.
Yeah, he came down and did a little review with us, and when it was over at the Post Commons, so it was really cool.
Yeah. And then recently they did another one down at Old Bakery, but I'm not remembering the name of that one.
It was asbestosis.
Yeah. It was something like that. You're right.
I can't remember what the name of it was, but it started off with the whole asbestos is the latest, greatest thing.
I can't remember the name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was the two brothers or something.
You'll be putting your name on it pretty soon, Pigpen. You'll have your own name, and it won't matter. But yeah, no, it's cool. And what I'm getting at is here, it's kind of, got the ball rolling. Right. And now you guys are going to jump on board and, make it bigger than that. So
yeah, just working together. I mean, it's everybody wants to do great things, and we're going to do a lot more if we work together. So just trying to provide an opportunity, a big space. Jacoby has a big space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of good stuff.
It's you've got that, hey, let's work together attitude. And we talk a lot about how the young musicians in this town really seem to have that, patting each other on the back, giving each other credit, and never saying, oh, my band's the greatest, and and you gotta, when's the last time you even heard anyone say, let's have a battle of the bands?
Yeah.
It's great that I haven't heard anyone say that for 10 years,
And we were kind of brought up in that culture, Josh, all of us. Yeah, it was battle of the band stuff, and there was competitiveness kind of built in because of that. But as we've all aged, now we're realizing, hey, man, let's all work together and then add the younger crowd that's already got that vibe, it seems like, and man.
They do.
It's been an amazing ride on this music scene, watching it grow all these years. So.
Yeah, we've got some cool locals coming into Jacoby in the near future too, so it's going to be great.
Now, are you guys going to focus on any particular type of music? Whether, like, what I'm getting at, is it going to be mainly original, or is there going to be cover music, or is it?
It'll be a variety of things, but a lot of it'll be original music.
Right.
That's a big focus of what we are, is originality and art. But we will probably have some tribute bands that come through too.
Okay.
Some really great ones come out of St. Louis area, friends of mine, and then are also just a variety of different types of music, blues and jazz and punk and you name it. It's going to be it's a broad variety of people in this area, and so we're going to try and provide entertainment for everyone.
I have an original lounge act.
Yeah,
we just do. No,
that's perfect.
I don't. You don't hear a lot of people say, "Hey, I got a new lounge act going on."
Contact me about
it. So
he just opened the door there. Contact him about that. That's probably something we should bring up. So if somebody wants to get involved with you, do a show or something like that, you're the guy to get a hold of them. And how do they do that?
You go to you send me an email at booking@jacobyartcenter.org.
Easy to remember. Booking@jacobyartcenter.org.
And we were just talking about music that brought that in, but whether it's music, art, comedy,
theater,
movies, theater, all
film,
that. You just recently had a guy do a reading of a play, and tell us how that went down.
It went really good. I can't remember the name of
It was
Bankside.
Bankside.
It was an untitled.
Yeah, it was.
Untitled,
Bankside Repertory Theater.
Bankside Repertory Theater brought him in, and we had about 60 people in attendance. It was fantastic. The two people that read the script were I literally listened to them practice maybe 4 hours before doing it, and they nailed it like they'd been doing it for years. So
and it was
really
improv
impressive,
too, right?
Just really impressive talent in this area
Yeah.
to be able to sit down and do that. And they were, both the actors were from the area.
Nice.
There was somewhat of an improv involved in that, from what I was reading. I guess that they had a basic idea, but they kind of just off the cuff too, right?
Yeah. A lot of it was scripted, so
Right.
right off. The interaction was definitely
So the gentleman who wrote the Untitled comedy read it as the narrator.
correct.
And then the two actors were just basically improving to what he reads.
Yeah, the
So he
characters.
read the script, which laid out, there was no improv, it was just the script. But the two local actors who didn't know the script so well were improv acting to what.
Oh
he
no,
was
they were
reading.
They were reading from the book.
Oh, they were reading from
Yeah,
the
they
book
were
also.
playing the characters throughout.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, we do work with another improv comedy group called Paperslip Theater.
Okay, maybe that's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
and they're an improv
Okay.
comedy group. So
Okay.
There you go.
if you ever get a chance to see the Paperslip Theater, they come down a few times a year to Jacoby, and they're fantastic.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I'd seen them down there a few times, and wanted to take that in at some point. So I imagine they're going to be back for several more short shows as well.
Absolutely.
Cool. Right on. Now, you recently did like a warm soda thing. Was that going on?
Yeah, warm soda. Working with warm soda on several different things. We've got one's called Artists in the Spotlight. The next one comes March 16th, and you're going to work with 6 different area local artists. 3 of those will be musicians or bands, and the other will be anywhere from film to painting to drawing to sculpting. And each person gets about a 20-minute presentation time to share who they are, what they do, what they're trying to accomplish. But it's really kind of a personal, intimate type setting, not like a concert, where a musician or an artist can just share about themselves,
Right.
and get to know each other, kind of build community around it.
So more of a learning thing as well, right?
It's going to be kind of
seminar
educational
type.
and entertaining at the same time.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. That's completely different than anything that's really been going on down there, I guess.
yeah,
At least with
Edutainment.
musicians.
yeah,
you know.
edutainment.
Edutainment. I
That's
like
nice.
it.
That's nice. So a wider variety of stuff going to be happening at Jacoby's. What do you got going on down the line?
We've got Songwriters in the Round, which is a new series that we're going to be doing quarterly. And in this particular one, we've got Doug Rafferty from the band Judge Nothing. We've got Matt Tull from the Stubblefield Band and Hope Mater from Hope and Therapy. It'll be kind of a intimate songwriter situation where they kind of tell the story about how they wrote the song.
Nice.
Take turns playing songs, and that'll be on March 23rd. It's going to be really good. Again, we'll have tickets for that on WBGZ as well.
Nice.
Excellent.
Offering that. And then
Happy to hear that because Matt Tull had done one of those before
Yeah.
with Rafferty and
Right.
a couple other guys.
yeah, Fritz
And he-
Beer was
Fritz
in that
Beer,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Fritz Beer, and he was saying, "Man, I really enjoyed that and would like to do another one of those." So
Yeah, we
happy
had
to-
Fritz Beer actually on the lineup, but he wasn't able to make it in. So,
Yeah.
There you go.
so Hope Mater's gonna be a part of
Excellent.
it this time.
Excellent.
And then Bud Summers going to be doing a CD release in April 6th, Saturday,
All right.
April 6th.
New Bud Summer CD. We'll have to get him on.
Yeah, it's called Hard Lessons, so that'll be really good too.
What's the date on that one?
It is
April 6th.
April 6th.
April
Yeah.
6th. Nice. Well, yeah, we'll have to have Bud come in and
Check out Josh's cool flyers, man.
I
He's
know.
already got printed up.
I know he's so on
They got
top
the
of
right
it.
guy down there now.
I
man.
know he's so on top of it. I'm looking at it all, going, man. Like
We've seen Josh do this with his bands for years now, and now he gets to do it for everybody's band that plays down there. That's what we've been doing, man. It's a blast. It is.
Talk about another local person that's doing a lot with music and with bands is Score Records. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have walked over across the street.
I
here, but-
met Becca down at I met Becca downtown a while back. Lovely girl, doing a great thing over there. Still have not managed to make it. Every time I'm here, we're always here late at night, and she just happens to not be open when we're down here. But I talked to her, and I can't remember the guy that worked over there, but they had some crazy good vinyl.
Right.
They were Happy Trails just a few weeks ago,
Right.
and they had a couple crates of vinyl. I mean,
Yeah.
And she's got great
some
variety
good
over there.
stuff. Yeah, some good stuff. I want to take both crates, just all of them, home with me.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I worked in the store. I mean, I would have listened to anything on the wall in there.
Nice.
Yeah,
And it's a
yeah.
massive variety. Spans a really wide period of time. Too.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much like looking at your own record collection and going, oh wow, I used to listen to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I really like Rod Stewart enough to get 10 Rod Stewart albums at some point? I don't know. Anyway, that's cool that she's over there. That we need that, and she's doing. She sells local stuff. She'll sell any local bands stuff. She said whether it's their vinyl or CD or T-shirts or any of that. So she's down with helping the local bands. So any of you bands listening want a place to put your CDs, your T-shirts, right across the street from WBGZ.
That's important too. I mean, it's one thing getting out there and playing, but I mean, why not have them somewhere where no matter if you're playing or not, that somebody can just grab it and pick it up. That's very important to bands.
Yeah, she's really getting out there too. She's going to be working with us, being our DJ for the Warm Soda magazine release thing too. So she'll be in there spinning records that day and that night.
I bet she's got quite the collection.
She's got a magnificent collection.
Awesome.
So what's coming up this summer? I guess once they start firing up the market, the night market, you'll be guys part of that. I guess if they do it down there.
Yeah, that's the dream. Is we're going to be a part of the night market again this year. Have a lot more going on. We'll have music inside and outside. Working with other different vendors from the area, art vendors as well as food and drink vendors. So it'll ramp up from last year.
Yeah.
Working with Sarah McGivney in the Main Street.
Oh man, ramping up from that, it's already awesome.
I know.
It's like it's only going to get better now.
It's gonna get better.
Oh wow.
All things.
So now you've been down there working, not just booking, but sort of getting the sound and stage and sound set up. You got a whole new stage you built in?
Yeah, if you haven't been down to Jacoby in a while, we reoriented the whole room. So where the stage used to be on the front end by the window,
Right.
Part of what we struggled with is people being able to see past the poles that hold the building up, because it's an old furniture store and it's not necessarily set up for a venue. So we turned everything towards the west wall. We built a new stage. We put up a new backdrop. We've got new lights, new sound.
Nice.
Just was at Halpin Music today, picking up more sound equipment from John.
Halpin.
Yeah, so they were great today too, because we needed some more subwoofers, and he just jumped on it, and so it's been great.
Yeah.
People think we're just making up stuff about Halpin.
No.
Because they're our sponsor.
Or no?
It's real, folks.
No, we're hoping
Halpin's awesome.
we're hoping to do some work with them in the future for some more concerts.
Right,
and stuff.
yeah, they've been amazing. Big help.
I can't think of how many times we've just had guys sitting in the studio with us and said, "Hey, Halpin's our sponsor."
Yeah.
And they immediately go, "I got my first guitar at Halpin."
Yeah, exactly.
Or my first horn, or whatever they started at. But yeah,
You know how it is when you hear something like that on the radio. Those guys have to say that. We don't have to
we
say
don't
that.
have to.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
We're actually happy to say it because they support not only what's going on here with this station, but the whole music scene around town. So
First new bass I ever bought, I bought from Halpin.
See,
I had
there you
basses before that one, but the first new one I
First
ever
new
bought,
one,
Fender
right.
Jazz bass from Halpin Music.
We need to get back and get into a little more detail about this new stage, backdrop, lights.
Yeah.
This is what bands like to hear about, because now I guess this is all going to be set up for the bands that come down, right? You don't have to bring a bunch of equipment, just your guitars and drums and
That's
stuff
correct.
like that, right?
Yep.
Oh,
We got a new board, and everything's digital, and it sounds fantastic. So,
That's one of those things, too, that bands love. I mean, it changes the game. It takes about half the equipment you have to carry out, and as me and Pigpen always say, the work isn't playing. The work is carrying the stuff to the gig and taking it home, putting it away.
right.
So you're going to have a place set up where that's all taken care of. Lights are taken care of.
yep.
You come in, you hook up the equipment, and
you
hang
rock.
your banner and rock, right?
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a cash bar as well on venue nights, so
Nice.
that'll be open. We have a small snack shop as well.
Do you think most of the performances you're looking at multi-acts?
Probably 2 to 3.
Yeah.
It's a good amount of time. Shows will, depending on what the acts are, depends on how late the shows will run. So,
Right.
yeah.
And once again, if anybody wants to get involved, get their group involved, how do they get hold of you?
Just contact me at booking@jacobyartcenter.org.
Right, and they got a great website as well that people can check out. It's Jacoby'sArt.org, right?
Yeah, Jacoby's Art JacobyArtCenter.org is the website.
Yeah, so there you go, man. Wow, that was awesome. All right.
Yeah, we got Josh Grassle booking a new, well, not a new venue, but he's set it up like a new venue, basically.
Well, it's got newness to it.
It's got
right?
newness to it. The stage
Josh
moved,
is the newness.
right? The stage moved, new PA, new lights, and like who's someone you've got your eye on that you'd really like? I know you got to have someone you're like, oh, I'd like to be able to book that band to get in here.
What's the dream?
Like, who's the dream band that you'd love to see?
He's like, I'm so busy right now, I can't get past this weekend.
The list is so long of what we already working on that I haven't told you about yet. But there's a lot of really good stuff coming. There's a group from St. Louis called Prairie Rehab.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be there on.
We've had them on there. They're great.
So they'll be on April 20th with Devin Cahill opening for them.
Oh, nice.
And so that'll be it's also an artist in the spotlight day. So Devin and some of Prairie Rehab members will be part of our Artists in the Spotlight showcase during the day, and then they'll perform that night. So man, some of the real high caliber bands from St. Louis that have wanted to bring over here, they've been here for different things like Rock the Hops, but we haven't had a lot of other spaces for them to play that's just really suited for the type of music that they play. So.
Rock the Hops, would that be a venue possibly for Rock the Hops?
Absolutely, that's what we're rooting for. We're also
I would think so.
Yeah.
We're also hoping to work with them this year to bring in a lot of art vendors. That's one thing that Jacoby Art Center wants to do a lot more in 2019 is reach out and be a support for a lot of the things that are already going on. We're in touch with a lot of artists, a lot of art vendors, a lot of musicians. And so anywhere we can with Earth Tones Festival and Rock the Hops, we're hoping to come in and kind of take off some of the load that they have for bringing the art vendors in. Nice. And help give some support outside of the building too. So
I know one thing you participate in every year is Record Store Day. It's normally over in St. Louis. We have a record store in town now, and a place where you book shows at. Is there any way that we can tie into that or something?
We've already been in conversations with Score about it, and also participated a lot with Slackers Music,
right?
And help put on those Record Store Days. This year will be the first year they're moving into the mall.
Oh, okay.
They're moving into Alton Square, and they probably are not going to be able to do bands in the store.
But they can at Jacoby's.
But you can't get Jacoby, and also
day.
Score is kind of a small store, so they don't have a lot of room. So what I'm hoping to do is to maybe work with both of them and bring in Record Store Day maybe into Jacoby this year.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Let them bring their stuff in and set up. That's great, man.
And that's what's great about
set it up in the record store. The record store is going to set up in the venue.
That's what's great about that venue, though, Josh. You got all this space, floor space like that, and so why not,
Yeah, and what used to be the stage, which was the display window when it was a furniture store,
right.
We're hoping to then use that for the vendors and stuff at the front end. And,
nice.
And then the stage will be more centered in the room. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Now, so I guess all this is taking place on the main floor. Then it's kind of divided, I guess.
It's divided into two different galleries. One is a venue side / local art gallery, and the other side is something that we do regionally, and some national artists come into the main gallery. And we also have a downstairs, which I'm not sure if you've been down there before.
Well, I was going to bring that up. Yeah. I've heard about a downstairs.
Oh, it's fantastic. Come take a tour.
Okay.
But we have several local artists that have full-time studios downstairs. Okay. We also have a large area that's kind of a community art space that people teach classes and put on different workshops down there. We have a full ceramics room. For wheel throwing and things like that. So we have a really extensive schedule of classes coming into the spring, definitely into the summer. We have drawing, we have painting, we have photography, we have wheel throwing, ceramics and wheel throwing. So if you get on the website and look under the education section, we have a lot of different stuff going on.
So that's open to everybody, and they're reasonable, I guess.
And we're also working on new programs to make it even more affordable.
Okay.
To go both to the concerts as well as to classes.
Do you have any chainsaw carving classes?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
We know some guys.
I like to do chainsaw carving. It's very fast.
I'm thinking that's going to have to be outside, but that's just me.
Okay, so the membership levels, individual membership levels, $60, family is $90 and friend is $200.
Yeah, $200 is a friend membership, which is also kind of like an artist membership. It's $200 a year. Your whole family can come with you, so it's 2 adults and 2 children. It's also a 50% discount to all performances. You get class discounts on all the different classes, membership privileges up to 1,000 arts, cultural, historical associate. So we're part of a art association that goes across the country.
Gotcha.
And so when you sign up for this, you can go to any of those art museums and stuff. And then you get 2 drink tickets as well, invitations to members only events. So quarterly we do members only events, concerts and film showings and things like that. So you get invited to go to those. So it's
man.
For $200, you and your family can go to a variety of things, discounts to concerts, discounts to classes, and just kind of become part of Jacoby Art Center.
Nice.
When I was reading that on the sheet and it said individual, well, that makes sense. Family, that makes complete sense. And when it said friend, at first I'm like, what? I can bring any friend I want with me? No, it's more like being a friend of the zoo.
Yeah.
You're a friend of Jacoby's.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Friend of Jacoby.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There's free parking with that too. Also, you didn't even mention that.
Yeah, free
You
parking.
didn't even mention it.
Nice. And of course, all this information, I guess you can get at the website as well, right?
Right. Yeah. Your membership.
And I'm pretty sure you guys have a Facebook page too.
We do have a Facebook.
So if
Jacoby
you're
Art
into
Center.
just the Facebook thing, just search for Jacoby's, you'll find it, right?
Correct.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming in, man. This
Thanks
has
for
been
having me.
exciting, man, knowing that we're going to have some Josh Grassle action going down. I'm just saying. Hey,
It's going to be a good year.
Dude, suicidal tendencies is coming to town.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, while we got you here, though, Josh, we got to ask about your projects, because I know you have many. What's going on for you guys? What are you doing? Which act and what's happening?
Well, what we did is Grass and Stone had been doing a lot of acoustic things over the last year or so, maybe year and a half. And then also I kind of rekindled a band that I was in called Elbow Through Hammer.
Right.
And Sean Stone from Grass and Stone had joined that band. And so in doing so, we've kind of merged those projects together.
Okay.
And we're currently recording.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of new things. We're not sure if it's going to come out as an Elbow Through Hammer thing or a Grass and Stone thing or something different.
A grass elbow through a hammerstone?
Grass Hammer or something. I don't know.
Suffice, you'll have to come up with one of those initials if you keep stretching this name out. So,
But it's going to be something good. We're having a great time. We're just writing and producing at the same time. So we're anxious to share it.
I would just go with Hammerstone Grass.
Hammerstone.
They got that kind of, I don't know. Hammerstone, I'm not sure. I don't know.
yeah, we'll find out down the line. You always got something whipped up, that's for sure.
It's coming. We'll have something released probably this summer.
Cool. Well, when you get it ready, man, come on back and we'll talk about it here on Riverbend Talent. Thanks again for coming in, and thanks to our sponsors, Halpin Music Company, Mr. Matt Van Voorhis, Macias Insurance. We got more coming up.
And now more.
Riverbend Talent.
With Dennis Laird and Pigpen on 94.3 FM, the Big Z.
I'm Dennis, and Pigpen's with me still.
I'm still hanging in, man.
I'm glad you came back in from the parking lot there. And
Taking a break, boss. Taking
Josh
a break.
Grassley has left the building.
Yeah.
Well, that was
He
like
lost the-
way back when we recorded it, but
A couple weeks back, he left the building, but
he's probably busy tonight.
I imagine he's down at Jacoby's
Yeah.
working.
He's been
working.
doing a fabulous job down there. Of course, his band's still doing their thing, too. Elbow Through Hammer and Grass and Stone. And
Yeah.
he puts together so many bands sometimes. He's probably got other stuff going on by now.
You just never know with that man.
He used to be in Interest and Suffice-ic. Remember that one?
Suffice it.
All right. That podcast is at altondailynews.com with Grass and Stone, right?
There you go,
That
that's
goes
right.
back 3 years probably.
Wow, it's been
Yeah.
a while.
We're coming up on our 3rd year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, that means Rock the Hops is going to be coming back again.
That's right. That's right. That's how we know, right?
Right.
That's about when you started, though.
right.
Right.
Not me. You had already been doing it. I
It
came
was
in right.
spring.
Rock the
I'm going to
Hops
say
time.
May, something like that. You know, we'll forget it was our anniversary and blow right past it.
Right.
St. Pat's Festival, downtown Alton this weekend. And we had talked about Thursday and Friday night before we talked to Josh. Now we're talking about Saturday. And I tried to find some stuff on this other than what I've got here on the paper, and there isn't much except for it's a pub crawl, and it's somewhat like Rock the Hops. I didn't see any live music in the venues, but there's a pub crawl going on, so you can take like a trolley and book around town. And 11 to 7 is when that's happening. And I found my information on riverbender.com.
Yeah,
it was an ad that linked to visitalton.com that pretty much said what I just told you.
I was going to say, the Visit Alton one didn't name any bands, and it just kind of said pub crawl going on.
So we got that figured out, at least, that it's going on, because later that night we know there's going to be bands, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But our next is on the list, and I think Josh talked about this a little bit, and that is Artists in the Spotlight at Jacoby's Art Center in Alton. This is a great opportunity for young folks to learn from the older folks that have been around the scene, because they have speakers during the day, and then they do live performances later that night. So you can learn about all kinds of stuff. And I believe Josh talked about this. We're going to cover it just again. And so Josh is going to be there talking about art and community. And Aaron Paddlefoot will follow him and talk music, violin, and family. There's a good one. Family. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You have to have that involved there. That's a great one to add there. Chris Carson will talk pottery, teaching, and business.
Wow.
And Sarah Schumake, right?
Sarah Schumake.
That's your name for
That's
it.
what I like to say. That's what she said. That she said when she's out of town. That's what she tells people.
You started it, yeah.
I don't know.
Songwriting and collaborations. She's been collaborating a lot.
She has. She's been working with a lot of people around town, getting it out there.
Let's see. How do you say that name?
Darla Andre and Paula Beals.
Dance and performance. You need to check that out. You need to do more dancing in your shows.
I've been working on my dance moves. So,
that's good.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, wow.
I'm into the Vogue, right? Yeah.
No one gets that on radio, though, but you can see it in the video.
Jeez, I forgot we were on video.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm
Wait
doing
till you
that.
see that, folks.
I'm sorry.
The legendary, we can call Sarah McGibbony legendary now.
I believe so.
She works so hard.
Yeah.
She works so hard. And everyone knows that, but it's always great to remind her, if she's listening, that we appreciate what she does.
She brought Leftover Sam into town.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite shows probably the best show that's been to the Alton amphitheater, I believe. So. And
she's resilient. No matter what they throw at her, she comes up with a way to get around it.
I just saw her Friday night, hung out with her a little bit, and it was good to see her. It was down at the Sean Cannon and the Voodoo Players down there last weekend.
Yeah, and she's bound and determined to do something about this budget down there at the amphitheater.
Make it work for the community better. Yeah.
We have our leader at the helm. Sarah McGibbony will take care of folks, and definitely support anything Sarah does. So you can actually meet her and talk about it down at Jacoby's this weekend. She'll be doing music and community development, so she'll probably talk about that a little bit.
And then she'll also perform.
Right, with the Set Break Sarahs.
There you go.
Another one of the collaborations.
With Sarah Schumake.
Right. And Aaron Joe Paddlefoot, who's involved in a lot of collaborations too. They're all going to play that night. So. Of course, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. And you know what Matt Tall does on St. Patrick's Day weekend, right?
Chases leprechauns.
He's back at Bluff City Grill again. We had him on last year talking about it, remember?
Yep, Stubblefield Acoustic at Bluff City Grill. That is on Saturday night.
And Matt Tall will be our guest next week, because he's going to be talking about a
Songwriters in the Round.
Yeah, that's how they say it. Songwriters in the Round, right?
Yep, that'll be down at Jacoby's on
Doug Rafferty, right?
Yep.
And Hope Mater.
Yep.
And Matt Tall.
Yeah.
That's on the 23rd down at Jacoby's.
That's the 23rd, and they'll play their songs and tell stories of the songs as they play them.
But if you can't wait for Matt, just go down to Bluff City Grill and check out
Acoustic Stubblefield.
Yeah, that means Bobby's going to be there too, probably.
Oh, yeah. Better be if it's Acoustic Stubblefield.
That's right.
See me some Joe Cox down there.
The Doppelgangers are going to be out at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey. And the Doppelgangers putting together a benefit that's coming up, I think, a week from now. Maybe. I'll have to check the date. But for the firefighter who just passed away. A lot of bands getting together for that. We'll talk about that in a future episode.
Yeah. Wild Geese is going to be down at Morrisons Irish Pub on Saturday night.
Number 4 combo at Chez, Maryland. And at some point, Pigpen will get them on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're still waiting for that.
Three Crooked Men.
Right?
At the Old Bakery Brewery.
Now, did you go down to the Old Bakery Brewery last weekend?
I did.
For Sean Cannon and the Voodoo Players?
I did.
How'd that CCR go?
It was a great show. Andy Coco was playing bass on that show. Yeah. So
I regretted that I didn't go down after that. But
good to see Andy over on this side of the river doing some playing. So.
Yeah.
And of course Sean Cannon. No matter who he gets in his lineup, they did great. And that room is a tough room. Sounded really good in there.
Yeah.
They got enough people in there to absorb the sound, and so it wasn't bouncing wall to wall. It sounded really good down there.
That's what we wanted, a good crowd. So Sean will come back and do a different version of Voodoo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
What else is going on?
Sit down, get down. 5 p.m. at the Pump House out on the patio, and then at 9 p.m., Generation X will be at the big stage on the inside there of the Pump House down in Wood River. Got Borderline down at Bottoms Up on Saturday night. Rock Bottoms at Eddie's Bar and Grill in Granite City on Saturday night. Kapow at 9 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville. And here's one for you.
Yeah, the metal showcase at Imperial Pub in Granite City. Good to see a metal showcase down there at Imperial Pub. And man, they've been
I bet Jimmy G's doing that.
I think so.
He's a bit of a metalhead.
Because since he started teaming up, and you got Scott Fanning doing stuff down there at
Crazy Circus,
Imperial Pub, it's got a nice variety going.
They do got a good one.
That's in Granite City, and it's going to be Blood of Heroes, Murder Machine, and Whispers of October, a metal showcase at Imperial Pub in Granite City for the metal fans.
I don't know if Whispers of October is really that metal of a name.
I don't know. It could be a spooky whisper. It's Halloween time, right?
Okay, all right. How about in Fragments at Deutz Village Inn?
That's infringement.
Oh, okay, infringements.
You infringed on their name there by calling them infragment.
Well, it was an infragment, and so I infringed on the infragmation.
And that's going down to Deutz in Pontoon Beach.
We got the Yessongs.
Yeah, they're doing a double dip. So they're doing Friday and Saturday night at the Wildey.
Wow, look at that.
Right.
Speaking of double dip,
I love Yes, too, by the way.
And I'm telling you that the musicians, to cover Yes,
yeah.
You better know how to play. You better have your chops up.
Yeah.
Those boys knew how to do it. So, Double Tap's going to be at the cabin at Judy's Creek in Glen Carbon.
Tripwire at the Oasis in Carrollton, Illinois. They sent me an invite to that, and I appreciate that. Come from Brett Birch. He's in Tripwire.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen old Brett Birch for quite a few years. Tanglefoot is going to be at the loading dock at 4 p.m., which means what? Spring is in the air.
It is. Falling Fences at the Abbey in Belleville. That's Sean Cannon there. And then World Powerhouse Wrestling at the VFW in Collinsville this weekend. We love those guys.
What are you going to do when the Hulkamaniacs... No, wait a minute. I got the wrong wrestling. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Hey, I found out from listening to Rob Simmons' podcast, and a shout out to him because he mentioned our show and has been going to cottonmouth.org now to get his information for his show.
He'll be a guest with us in the week after Matt Tall.
Right. And on his podcast, you talk about the Bush Pilot St. Patty's Day party going on. It's their clubhouse is at Central and Union.
Nice.
It's normally a private club, but it's open this weekend to everyone. So a chance to check out what's going on there. If you ever drove by and went, I think I'll go in there one night.
Yeah, if you've ever wanted to go in and haven't been in, I've been in there.
Don't be afraid. Just respect.
I've been in there, and I'm going to tell you, it's a nice little clubhouse. Nice clubhouse up there.
Great guys. And you talk about people who raise money for charity. Bikers do
it, man.
And the Bush Pilots are one of those clubs. Come Closer, Drifters in Grafton, Illinois. And then let's get into Sunday. We're running out of time. The Dead Roses at the Regal Beagle in Godfrey.
Jay Hollinger at Bluff City Grill in Alton.
Terrence Wafer at 2 o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River. Then every Sunday night, the Mondin Band at Mike's Tin Pin.
We got karaoke at the Back Bar in Edwardsville, and Kurt Copeland's Sunday Fun Day at 3 p.m. up in Proof, up in Jerseyville.
And Jeremy Drake going to be at the cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon, Illinois, and then the Vault at Grafton Winery. The winery is opening back up. Now, I heard the river's coming up, so I think the Hog Pit might have had something canceled. I'm not exactly sure, but their premiere starts in April, I believe.
I saw them. I thought that was for sale at the end of last year.
Well, I just seen a thing saying their grand grand openings in April.
Good. Happy to hear that. Okay, number 4 combo is going to be at the loading dock on Sunday.
And then Scott and Michelle at Deutz in Pontoon Beach.
Riding shotgun at Who's Debts, Southern Food in Collinsville.
Yeah, it's one of them strange ones I found.
Yeah.
That, now that I'm putting them on the website, that I'm able to remember when it comes back around to our show, right?
Who Debts.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Boulder Dash.
At Crehan's Irish Pub in Belleville. We got to talk about the Irish pubs on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Man, plenty to do. Once again this weekend, throw St. Patrick's Day on top of it, and then there's extra stuff to do. But honestly, we see this list every weekend, no matter if there's a holiday or not. So,
all right, but this weekend is St. Patrick's Day, so all you little lads and lassies, get out there and support local music and art.
All right, and that's going to do it for us. Next week, we talk with Mr. Matt Tall right here on Riverbend Talent. Until then, I'm Dennis, and you're Pigpen, and you said get out there and support local art and music, and I've been reminding everybody, break the bubble out there on social media, man. Like and comment on things, and more people get to see the things from local bands that are out there trying to promote themselves. Don't be afraid. Go ahead, like and comment.
Press that like button.
Right. We'll be back next Thursday.